Living alone has its perks. Peace, privacy, total freedom. But for some, that silence becomes deafening. For others, the solitude masks something far more sinister. These aren't ghost stories. They're real experiences submitted by people like you. So lock your doors, check your windows, and listen closely, because these 6 creepy home stories will make you never want to live alone. I moved into a newly renovated 1-bedroom apartment after my breakup. It was small, clean, and perfect for a fresh start. A week in, I noticed odd things. My bathroom mirror fogged up with strange marks even though I hadn't showered. Then, one night around 2 a.m., I heard a whisper. Just one word. Closer. It came from behind my bedroom door, but I was alone. I grabbed a knife from the kitchen, turned the lights on, and swung the door open. Nothing. A few days later, I came home and found the word closer, written in the condensation on the mirror again. This time, it looked like a child's handwriting. I started sleeping with the lights on. Eventually, I moved out. The weirdest part? My neighbor later told me the last tenant had died in that bathroom. Heart attack, alone, and wasn't found for a week. I kept finding my toothbrush wet in the morning, like it had been used. I live alone, always have. At first, I thought I was sleep brushing or forgetting. But one night, I decided to leave a camera recording in the bathroom. At 3:17 a.m., someone walked into the frame. Hooded, calm. They picked up my toothbrush and used it. Then they looked into the camera, dead into it. Police never identified them. No break-in signs. I changed my locks, installed a security system, even moved apartments. I still wake up at 3:17 sometimes, sweating, convinced I'll see someone in the doorway. The attic in my rental had a padlock on it when I moved in. The landlord said it was for storage, but I'd hear dragging sounds above my ceiling almost nightly. One time, I tapped back and got 3 knocks in return. Finally, I had enough. I called a friend, and we broke the lock. The attic was filled with old dusty toys and an air mattress. Someone had been living there. I called the cops. They found food wrappers, a phone charger, even clothes. The chilling part? I lived there for 2 months before opening that attic, meaning they were living above me the entire time, watching, listening, waiting. I had a home security system that texted me every time a door or window opened. One night, while away on a business trip, I got a notification. Back door open, 2:03 a.m. Then, living room motion detected, 2:04 a.m. Then silence. I rushed home the next day. Nothing was missing. Nothing looked touched. But when I reviewed the footage, I saw a man standing still in my living room for over 6 minutes, just staring. He left without taking anything. That somehow made it worse. He wasn't there to rob me. He wanted something else. I'm obsessive about my phone dying, so I always leave it charging overnight. One night, I woke up at 4:11 a.m., phone dead. The charger had been unplugged, not pulled from the wall, neatly unplugged from my phone. I brushed it off until it started happening more often. Then one night, I stayed up with the lights off, pretending to sleep. At 3:58 a.m., I heard faint footsteps. A shadow moved across the room. Then I saw it. An arm reached toward my nightstand and unplugged the charger. I screamed. They ran. Turns out my back window's lock had been broken for months. Someone had been slipping in and out, not to steal, just to watch. My home has a basement with a pull string light. I never go down there. But the light kept being on. I'd turn it off, come back later, on again. I figured it was faulty wiring, so I set up a basic motion detector down there. At 3:11 a.m. it triggered. I checked the footage. Nothing. Just the light coming on by itself. Until I watched closer, frame by frame. There was a silhouette for a split second, tall, barefoot, standing just behind the furnace. I never went down there again. I sold the house the following month. The buyers didn't ask why. I didn't tell them. Living alone gives you freedom, but it also leaves you vulnerable. These stories aren't about haunted houses. They're about the terrifying things real people have lived through, often without ever understanding why. So next time your door creaks, your light flickers, or your phone charges unplugged, ask yourself, are you really alone? If you made it this far, stay safe, stay aware, and maybe, just maybe, keep a light on tonight.